remembering the legacy. He was the creator and host of this show for nearly 30 years. This is Harry Canterbury's Adventure Sports Outdoors.
There I was, back in the wild again, and I felt right at home where I belong. I had that feeling coming over me again, just like it happened so many times before. Yeah.
Welcome to another edition of Harry Canterbury's Adventure Sports Outdoors TV. I'm Andy Bugos with Adventure Sports Outdoors Magazine and ASOmagazine.com. Come join us today as we have a very special guest. One of my buddies, Al Shaka, will be joining me on the Illinois River today. We'll be doing some catfishing with some stink bait. And a little later on in this episode, we're going to have Mr. Fish, the man who knows how to catch them, clean them, cook them. He can do anything with a fish. He's absolutely masterful. He will be cooking Asian carp, which are now called Copies, so you'll get to see some nice recipes and a way to eat our Asian carp or Copies from the Illinois River. So stay tuned today for a great show of Adventure Sports Outdoors TV.
Adventure Sports Outdoors is brought to you in part by Corsall Lumber, manufacturers of quality hardwood products, buyers of standing timber in Smithfield. Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery, located on Peoria's riverfront, open 11 a.m. daily. Goodwill, supporting our veterans with job placement assistance, health, housing, and resource referrals. And the General Wayne A. Downing Home for Veterans, all because you shop and donate. And by Lori Feld of Allstate Insurance at their new East Peoria location, 411 East Washington Street, next to the U.S. Post Office, on the corner at the bottom of Springfield Road Hill. Our thanks to all of these sponsors.
Hello, it's Andy Bugos with Adventure Sports Outdoors TV, Adventure Sports Outdoors Magazine, and ASOmagazine.com. Me and my buddy Al Shaka are sitting out here on the Illinois River. We're getting ready to do some catfishing. What we're going to be using today is I love these little yellow with some sponges on it for catfish worms. We also use orange, red. Usually I kind of go through and see which one works best. We're using some Sonny's stink bait here. To me, it's the best that there is around. I always use it. We catch a lot of catfish out here on the river. Absolutely gorgeous day out here on the river. It's about 68 degrees. Can't really beat it for mid-July here. Barges passing through the Illinois River. My buddy Al Shaka here, getting ready to get his first worm dip bait in and get it out in the water. Waiting for the big first 10-pounder to come in the boat. The Asian Carp or Copi. They're jumping all over the place already this morning. A nice big rain last night, so that should hopefully, the water's on the rise, a little murky. Should get these fish biting pretty good today, I feel. All right, first fish of the day finally.
We got a little splash going on out there.
It's just a matter of time. Took a little bit. We had to move up a little more shallow, but we finally got you a fish on here today.
That worthy?
It's all right. You just stay right there. I'll bring him on in. Yeah, that's what we like. That's what we like. Oh yes, I know. Looky there. Nice Illinois River catfish right there. Got him on orange, so we'll keep track of that. Hopefully we'll bring you a few more catfish just like that.
Here we go. And he's got himself one here. No help from his guide.
Not got one, but boy, he's a good fighter. He ain't wore out yet. Come all the way to the boat. He's a strong one, I'll tell you that.
What pound test you got on there?
It's like 20-pound test on this pole. My heavy pole. was pretty hungry because it looks like he swallowed her pretty good. One thing about those stink bait is when they do decide they want it, they take her pretty strong. And as you can see, even with that worm, look how deep that is down there in that mouth. With that treble hook, it's pretty hard to miss these things. Although I have missed a couple today, I have to admit.
Got
Nibble here.
Got a nibble. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we got it.
There we go, big dog.
There we go, finally. Been a struggle today a little bit at times, but we're starting to get into a few here. Feels pretty big. Oh, he's just a little guy.
Little guy with a little bit of fight.
Yeah, you know where that one's going, right?
Right,
It's gonna be a nice little whole one in the fryer.
Yeah.
Yeah, caught on orange. Orange has been a pretty good color. Purple's been a pretty good color for Al.
A little bit. The big boys are coming out to play. Whoa.
There you go, another nice fish. All right. Man, we're not knocking them dead today, but boy, we're sure enjoying the day, aren't we?
Definitely. Definitely.
This feels like another one of those that'll be right straight to the grease. Nice little fryer. Maybe he's playing coy with me. I don't know. Maybe. Oh no, he's nice. Right cut him out. You can tell they're not really being that aggressive. They're not caught very deep today. Seems like we're catching them right around the lips, maybe a little bit deeper. Look at this one, it's rather unique. He lost an eye somewhere.
Oh, man.
Not that it really matters. He's got those feelers. That's how he'll find his food.
Another one. Into the boat. Every once in a while. The orange bullet.
The orange bullet still producing. There you go. Good deal. Another beauty. Barge brought us good luck as usual.
Two on the purple.
All right. So far, purple's been the hottest one
For me.
for you. Yeah. Another nice eater. There we go. Keep it rolling. Starting to get nice and going here. got a good one on here. He's trying to fight it out. He can't quite get it up. Keeps taking out some drag. Hopefully we can get it in the boat. Show you guys what it looks like. Probably need a good picture for the magazine for my article for next month.
There he is, there he is. He's up
Nice one. Might even have to put that one on the scale, see how much he weighs. Probably 4 pounds or so, I would assume, but maybe we'll put him on the scale later for you and we'll show you what he weighs. Another nice fish from the Illinois River. Still catching them on orange, a little bit of purple. Keep it going. Bite slowed down quite a bit. It was pretty slow all day, but hey, we've managed 15, 16 fish here. Nothing wrong with that in a day. Put some fillets in the freezer, put some in the fryer. Boss. See nothing here. Yeah, one last maybe little pan fryer here. That was on the orange. We spent this great, beautiful day here in July out here on the Illinois River, getting ready to wrap it up for the day. And there's a couple things I just kind of like to go over with you and kind of show you kind of what we use today and kind of how I go about doing it. A lot of times, obviously, you're using sting bait, you're using some type of a rubber worm with it. I like the treble hooks. Obviously, you got to look at the kind of quality of treble hooks because it seems like if you get one of the cheaper models and some of the real thin hooks, they have a tendency to break real easy, and it seems like you're always tying on or putting a new one on. So I found these to be really useful. Make sure they got a good hook. Always use a lot of different colors. Usually red, yellow, bright green work the best for us, but you know, last time we were out here, orange was on fire for some reason, and I know people think, oh, you're putting stink bait on it, the color really doesn't matter. Well, it kind of does. Over the years, I found it does. Today, we had really, my buddy Al had one purple. I've never used purple before, really, that I can remember. I bet over 50%, maybe 60-70% of our fish today come on that purple. Like 2 or 3 fish that I caught today come on his bowl while he was reeling in another one. So, but yes, these you can find these pretty much at any of your local stores. Some of our sponsors, I'm sure, carry this kind of stuff. So, but you got all kinds of colors. You even got these little baskets that they make. You can use really any of that. Something else I kind of want to talk to you guys about, we've struggled with over the years, is we're always using, I've always had these different things to try to get these hooks out. You know, you run it down the line, basically. You pull this up, you run it down the line, you can kind of pop that hook out. A lot of those tools just haven't worked that great for us. So what my buddy actually did is we have some a little bit of a PEX pipe here. We had 3/8 inch and a 1/2 inch, and he cut them in a nice section, cut a line down the side, put some grooves down here for the hooks to set in. The first model is a little bit long, but hey, we cut it down. You get that line right wrapped up through there, you get that down in there, you give her a good pop and a twist, and a lot of times that'll pull it right out, or at least get it loose enough where you can get in there with some pliers and get it out so you don't have to retie all the time. Found this to be a really useful tool. You can see that we have 2 different sizes here. I don't know if you can really see, but there's some grooves that he's kind of cut in it with a multi-tool. Worked out really well though. We used the small one today. This seemed to be the perfect size for us. If you were using a little bit bigger treble hooks, you could go to this. The key is you get those treble hooks kind of in those grooves. When you do, you can kind of turn it, twist it, and get it right out of there, and you don't bend it all up, and you don't have that kind of issue. So you can continue use the same one that's been catching the fish. So appreciate you guys checking in with us today. We'll be checking out now, but we'll be back with you soon with some great adventure.
I'm Dave Barth with your Sportsman's Tip of the Week. We've talked in the past about concealed carry handguns and self-defense handguns, but we have not talked about shotguns. A shotgun for home or for backpacking is hard to beat. You just can't hardly miss. If you're in bear country, a shotgun loaded with buckshot or slugs or something like that would be just a really good self-defense gun to have. We have a few examples of shotguns that would make a good choice for home defense. The first one here is a Mossberg. It has a collapsible stock. It's a 5-shot, 2 3/4 or 3 inch. It has a shell holder on the buttstock, and it's a pump shotgun. Pistol grip, pump shotgun. The next one in line is a Stevens. It has ghost ring sights, pistol grip, and it's also a pump. Shoots 2 3/4 or 3 inch. It's a 5-shot magazine. If you want a semi-automatic, there's many choices. This is a Benelli. It's a 12 gauge 3 inch with a Picatinny rail and ghost ring sights. And here at the other end, we have a pistol grip shotgun. It's a pump. It's got false muzzle brake here, and it's also a 5-shot, 2 3/4 or 3 inch. The last gun in line here is a Remington 870 Tactical. It has an 8-shot magazine, a Picatinny rail so you can mount optics on it, open sights, a ghost ring sight, and any of these would be a good choice. One accessory you would really want to put on any of these would be a sling. As far as ammunition, some good choices would be a buckshot, either in 2 3/4 or 3 inch, like a double-aught, number 4 buck, or even slugs. A barrel load would be like a 2 3/4 or 3 inch slug. I'm Dave Barth with your Sportsman's Tip of the Week.
Hey, there's a lot of talk about the Asian carp, which are now called Copis. And if there's one person that can cook them, it's Pat Sullivan, Mr. Fish. He has 1,000 different ways to cook them, and let me tell you, they are delicious. Most people don't realize it because they just know it as the old Asian carp. But hey, now it's called Copis, and if you try it, you will love it.
Hello, I'm Pat Sullivan with Adventure Sports Outdoors. We're here to start making some of the best whitefish you'll ever taste. Believe it or not, it's the Asian carp. Now, we've been messing with this for a couple of years and making new recipes and stuff, and we think we've got a handful down. We're going to cook a couple of them for you. They've been a big hit here at Kelleher's. The IDNR came out yesterday announcing the new name for Asian carp, which is Copi, copious fish. So we're going to take that, run with it, and I tell you, it's really surprised a lot of people. This Source Enterprises have done such a great job of having the fishermen get it out of the river. They're cleaning it, they're deboning it. There's no bones. You can get it minced like this or fillets. And we're going to do a couple of each. Now I'm going to use my crappie batter on the fillets. The mince we're going to make into copious cakes. So let's get started. Now I'm going to air fry the copious cakes, and I'm going to fry the fillets. This will give us a different texture on each. So what I do is I start out, of course, with my good old friend Old Bay crab cake mix, the classic, just plain old classic Old Bay. And what we do is we get a couple I do a couple packages, but this will do quite a bit. I was supposed to have that in a little bowl, and I don't. Okay, there we go. We've got that. We've got some mayo, half a cup for each package, already measured out. We need fish. I have the minced already weighed out. There should be about 1 pound of fish per package. And then we'll air fry those. I've got the air oven on at 425 degrees, already warming up. We'll spray down the rack so they don't stick. So we'll mix this up real good. We got that nice and mixed. Now we'll get our minced fish in there. That Source Enterprises does such a nice job of packaging. They're starting to get this into stores where you're going to be able to buy it in stores. And we can't wait for that. I'm thinking about selling it out of here. Of course, I'm going to probably put it on the menu. And we'll call it fish bites and fillets and so forth. We could still have our other fish, but once you taste this, the nice thing about it is it's not real over as my wife would say, it tastes fishy. Well, it's a fish, you know, but some of the fish has an over taste to it. And this and we'd have to hide it with our spices. This, we have to enhance it because it doesn't have that overtaste and it doesn't smell at all. So we've got 1 pound going in here. Got another package to do. Good. 2 packages and here we go. It's got a great texture here. As I said, the Source Enterprises does such a great job. We're going to be doing a show on them again. We've done 1 or 2, and they've been working so hard. And we're very fortunate to have them in this area doing this. They put a lot of fishermen to work, and when the state was trying to get this introduced, they were paying the fishermen. The state was supposed to reimburse them, and it took a while. And they've really stuck their neck out and done a great job. Keeps a little bit from sticking. We'll switch that around. We'll sort of make it with this. Now what I use here is Louisiana, my air fried. I use the chicken batter. They have all kinds of batter for pork and fish. I've tried the fish. I like it. But I've had a lot of people tell me it was too spicy. So in our world, we listen to the people on what they want. And this chicken air fry, I use it for my chicken. It's got a nice spice to it, and it doesn't overpower any meat. I don't know if you've ever air fried before, but it's a new crave going around. But I've been doing it for about 4 or 5 years, and it's worked out perfect. Now we're going to put these in the air fryer for about 12 minutes. And I always watch them because air fryers are sort of funny. Of course, I got the temperature up to 425, but it moves that temperature around in circles around your meat or whatever you're cooking, fish. Okay, I'm going to set the timer for 12 minutes. You noticed that I was running late. It went off earlier. But we're going to reset it to 12 minutes. Just in case I'm not around, the other cooks will hear that and help me out. Okay, our next one is a very simple batter. I have this, I get this from Dixon's. It's a very good cornmeal batter. It's got a real good, I use this on my crappie. So to use it on another fish is very unusual, but I had huge reviews yesterday with it, so I've got to go with it. Again, Source Enterprises fish. Now, this fish, you know, it reminds me of a northern pike. It's long and skinny, so we cut these in half, and that way more people can share. But they're beautiful white meat, boneless, no overpowering smell, no overpowering taste. That's why I feel good about this batter. It helps it a lot. It helps any fish, even crappie. There we go. So what I do with a small batch like this, I go ahead and just dump it in this batter. Like the old shake and bake. As you can see that coats it real well. We're going to take it to the fryer. Now we're only going to cook this about 3 minutes because they're so nice and thin. They cook up beautiful, easy to cook, not much time. Now they're going to test my skills with that small plate. Make sure I don't drop any. Beautiful looking. They almost look like crappie. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Let me get a hot pad. Look at that. Now that's called air fried. Gives you the same crunch as the fried, but healthier for you, not the grease. Copious. We have copious fish, white fish.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You know me, I like to fish. I like to cook fish, and I got hundreds of recipes. But I really wasn't that hard with this fish.
Wow.
It took me, 20 minutes to prepare and cook it.
Wow. It tastes great. Absolutely fabulous.
I feel like this is East Coast, the crab cake. I mean, to me, this looks just right off the East Coast. And I'm starting the fried fish, but I already know I like it.
Air frying's a great way to cook fish, by the way. And I love fried. It's light, and it's still very light tasting, even though it's fried. But air frying is wonderful too, and the sauce.
Oh.
And the fried fish reminds me of a pond fish, like a crappie. It tastes very much like a crappie or something similar.
And that's, I was telling Kenny earlier that I'm using my crappie batter on this, which I don't rarely use it on anything. But I just thought it was so pure white fish that I said, boy, that's crappie.
So the fish has a flavor, but for people that don't like fish, they'll like this fish.
Yeah, it's not overpowering, is it?
It's almost like a white meat.
It's amazing. It's super light, but it's so crispy, but it's not too crispy. It's not like a heavy, greasy taste. It's super light. And the dill sauce is really good on it as well. Yeah, it's great. 10 out of 10.
Adventure Sports Outdoors is brought to you in part by Corsall Lumber, manufacturers of quality hardwood products, buyers of standing timber in Smithfield. Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery, located on Peoria's riverfront, open 11 a.m. daily. Goodwill, supporting our veterans with job placement assistance, health, housing, and resource referrals. And the General Wayne A. Downing Home for Veterans, all because you shop and donate. And by Lori Feld of Allstate Insurance at their new East Peoria location, 411 East Washington Street, next to the U.S. Post Office, on the corner at the bottom of Springfield Road Hill. Our thanks to all of these sponsors.
Thanks for tuning in to Harry Canterbury's Adventure Sports Outdoors TV. I'm Andy Bugos with Adventure Sports Outdoors Magazine and ASOmagazine.com. We have a lot of great surprises coming up over the next few months for you. There'll be some fishing, hunting, and lots of different things for you to take in. So please join us next month for another great episode of Adventure Sports Outdoors TV.